Hey there! If you're watching this, chances are you've felt the frustration of a leg cramp waking you up in the middle of the night. Or maybe you know someone who's dealing with this. It's a common issue, especially as we get older. But here's the good news. You don't have to just live with it. Today I'm going to share some simple, natural solutions that can make a big difference. Let's start with a story that might hit close to home. Picture this. It's 2 a.m. and you're jolted awake by a sharp pain in your calf. You try to stretch it out, but the cramp just won't let go. That's exactly what Mary, a 78-year-old, was going through. Even though she ate healthy, drank plenty of water, and stretched her legs regularly, she was still waking up in agony from brutal leg cramps. But here's the kicker. Mary was eating the right foods, but she was making one tiny mistake that canceled out all their benefits. And you know what? You might be making the same mistake without even realizing it. In this video, we're going to uncover the top 3 foods that can truly help prevent leg cramps, plus the surprising mistakes that can make those foods useless. By the end, you'll know exactly what to do to sleep through the night and wave goodbye to those painful cramps, just like Mary did. Let me tell you a bit more about Mary. She's a vibrant 78-year-old who loves staying active. She walks every morning, tends to her little garden, and even does some gentle yoga. She's always been careful about her diet, making sure to eat plenty of fruits and veggies. So when leg cramps started creeping in, she was shocked. She figured it was just part of getting older. But the pain was so intense that it was robbing her of sleep and leaving her exhausted the next day. Mary tried all the usual fixes, eating more bananas for potassium, taking magnesium supplements, and even getting regular massages. But nothing worked. The cramps kept coming, and she was starting to lose hope. That all changed when she met John, a retired physical therapist at her local community center. John had decades of experience helping people with issues just like Mary's, and he knew exactly what might be going on. He listened to Mary's story and asked about her diet. When she mentioned eating bananas and taking magnesium, John smiled and said, "That's a great start, but there are 3 foods that are even better at stopping leg cramps, and I'm going to tell you what they are." He listed 3 foods: avocados, pumpkin seeds, and leafy greens. But that wasn't all. John also warned Mary about some common mistakes that could be undermining the benefits of these foods. Intrigued, Mary decided to give it a try, and the results were nothing short of amazing. But before I share how things turned out for Mary, let's dive into those 3 incredible foods that can help you too. So what are the 3 foods John told Mary about? Let's start with the first one, avocados. Avocados aren't just delicious, they're packed with nutrients that help fight leg cramps. They're loaded with potassium, with 1 medium avocado giving you about 30% of your daily potassium needs. Potassium is key for keeping your body's fluids balanced and helping your muscles contract smoothly. Plus, avocados have magnesium, a mineral that's essential for muscle function. Magnesium helps your muscles relax after they contract, preventing them from getting too tense or cramping up. On top of that, avocados are full of healthy fats that help your body absorb fat-soluble vitamins and provide steady energy. For seniors, avocados are especially great because they're easy to digest and super versatile. You can slice them into a salad, spread them on toast, or blend them into a smoothie. For example, you can make a quick avocado toast by mashing half an avocado onto a slice of whole grain bread, sprinkling on a pinch of salt and pepper, and maybe adding a few cherry tomatoes or a boiled egg for extra nutrition. Next up are pumpkin seeds. These little seeds are a magnesium powerhouse. Just 1 ounce, about a small handful, has around 150 milligrams of magnesium, which is roughly 37% of what most adults need daily. Magnesium is involved in over 300 processes in your body, including keeping your muscles and nerves working properly. When you're low on magnesium, your risk of cramps can go up. Pumpkin seeds also have other nutrients like zinc and iron, which are great for your overall health. They're a convenient snack you can take anywhere. You can eat them raw, roast them, or sprinkle them with a little salt for extra flavor. They're also fantastic sprinkled over yogurt, mixed into oatmeal, or baked into homemade granola bars. Their crunchy texture and nutty taste make them a fun addition to all sorts of dishes. Last but not least are leafy greens like spinach and Swiss chard. These greens are nutrient powerhouses, packed with vitamins and minerals that support healthy muscles. Spinach, for instance, is rich in calcium, which your muscles need to contract, and magnesium, which helps them relax. 1 cup of cooked spinach gives you about 145 milligrams of calcium and 157 milligrams of magnesium. Swiss chard is another excellent choice, with similar or even higher levels of these nutrients. Both greens are also loaded with vitamin K, which is good for your bones, and antioxidants that help fight inflammation. For seniors, cooked greens are often easier to digest than raw ones. Sautéing them with garlic and olive oil not only boosts the flavor, but also makes them more enjoyable. Here's a quick recipe. Heat a tablespoon of olive oil in a pan over medium heat. Add 2 minced garlic cloves and cook for about 30 seconds until fragrant. Then toss in a bunch of washed, chopped spinach or Swiss chard. Cook for 2 to 3 minutes until the greens wilt, but still look vibrant. Season with a pinch of salt and pepper, and you've got a simple, healthy side dish that pairs with any meal. By adding these 3 foods, avocados, pumpkin seeds, and leafy greens, to your diet, you can significantly cut down on how often and how badly your leg cramps hit. But here's the thing, it's not just about eating these foods. You also need to avoid some common mistakes that can wipe out their benefits. We'll get into those mistakes next, but first, make sure you're ready to make the most of these amazing foods. All right, now that we've covered the 3 best foods to help prevent leg cramps, avocados, pumpkin seeds, and leafy greens, let's dive into those surprising mistakes that could be wiping out their benefits. You might be doing one or more of these without even knowing it, and that could be why those cramps keep coming back, no matter how healthy you eat. Let's start with the first mistake, drinking coffee too close to bedtime. I know for a lot of you, that afternoon or evening cup of coffee is a little ritual you look forward to. Maybe it's a moment to relax with a friend, or just enjoy a warm drink while watching your favorite show. But here's the problem. Coffee contains caffeine, and caffeine is a diuretic. That means it makes you pee more often, and every time you do, you're losing important minerals like magnesium and potassium. Those are the very minerals your muscles need to stay relaxed and avoid cramping up in the middle of the night. This isn't just a small thing to brush off. Studies have shown that caffeine can significantly increase how much magnesium and potassium you lose through urine, and this effect can be even more pronounced as we get older. So if you're sipping coffee in the late afternoon or evening, you might be undoing all the good work those avocados and pumpkin seeds are trying to do. For example, Mary, our 78-year-old friend from earlier, realized she was having a cup of coffee every afternoon around 3 p.m. That was close enough to her bedtime that it was likely flushing out the minerals she needed to keep her legs cramp-free. The good news? There's an easy fix. Try to stop drinking coffee, or any caffeinated drinks like tea or soda, about 6 to 8 hours before you go to bed. If you usually hit the hay around 10 p.m., that means no coffee after 2 or 4 p.m. It might take a little getting used to, but you can switch to decaf or try a soothing herbal tea like chamomile in the evening. Your muscles will thank you, and you might just sleep better too. Now let's talk about the second mistake, taking certain medications without rebalancing your minerals. If you're over 60, there's a good chance you're on at least one medication, maybe for high blood pressure, heart issues, or swelling. Some of these drugs, especially diuretics, often called water pills, can cause your body to lose magnesium and potassium. Just like caffeine, diuretics make you urinate more, and those minerals get flushed out along with the extra fluid. For instance, thiazide diuretics, which are super common for managing high blood pressure, are known to deplete potassium and can also lower magnesium levels. This is a big deal because low levels of these minerals don't just cause leg cramps. They can also lead to other issues like fatigue or even irregular heart rhythms. Mary was on a diuretic for her blood pressure, and she had no idea it might be contributing to her cramps until John, the retired physical therapist, pointed it out. So what can you do? The first step is to have a conversation with your doctor. Don't stop taking any medication on your own. That's really important. Instead, ask your doctor if your meds might be affecting your mineral levels and what you can do about it. They might suggest eating more foods rich in magnesium and potassium, like the ones we talked about, or they could recommend a supplement. For example, Mary's doctor approved a low-dose magnesium supplement to go along with her diet changes, and it made a huge difference. Just make sure any changes are guided by your healthcare provider to keep you safe. Finally, let's cover the third mistake: overhydrating without electrolytes. Now, you've probably heard that drinking plenty of water is key to staying healthy, and that's true. But it's possible to overdo it, especially if you're drinking a lot of plain water without getting enough electrolytes like sodium, potassium, or magnesium. When you drink too much water, it can dilute the minerals in your blood, leading to a condition called hyponatremia, which is just a fancy way of saying low sodium levels. And guess what? That imbalance can trigger muscle cramps, including those pesky leg cramps that wake you up at night. This is especially relevant if you're someone who's really diligent about hydration. Maybe you carry a big water bottle everywhere, or you're active and sweat a lot. Without enough electrolytes, all that water can throw your body out of whack. Research has shown that drinking plain water after losing fluids, like during exercise, can actually make your muscles more prone to cramping. But adding electrolytes can reverse that effect. The fix here is super simple and doesn't require any fancy products. Try adding a tiny pinch of salt to your water. Seriously, just a pinch. Or squeeze in a bit of lemon juice, which can help provide some natural electrolytes. For example, you could fill a glass with water, add a slice of lemon, and sprinkle in a tiny bit of table salt. It won't taste salty, but it'll help keep your mineral levels balanced. If you're out walking or gardening on a hot day, you might consider an electrolyte drink, but watch out for ones with a lot of sugar. Mary started adding a splash of lemon to her water in the afternoon, and she noticed it helped her feel more balanced overall. Let's circle back to Mary one more time. When John explained these 3 mistakes to her, it was like a light bulb went off. She was drinking coffee in the afternoon, taking a diuretic, and chugging water without thinking about electrolytes. No wonder her cramps wouldn't budge. But once she made these small changes, cutting back on late coffee, talking to her doctor about her meds, and adding a little lemon to her water, she started to see real improvement. Combined with eating those 3 foods we talked about, she was finally on the path to cramp-free nights. The big takeaway here is that it's not just about eating the right foods. You've got to make sure your daily habits are supporting those foods, not working against them. By being mindful of your coffee timing, checking in with your doctor about medications, and balancing your water intake with electrolytes, you're giving your body the best shot at keeping those leg cramps at bay. All right, we've talked about the 3 best foods to help prevent leg cramps and the sneaky mistakes that can cancel out their benefits. Now let's tie it all together with a simple routine that brought real relief to Mary, our 78-year-old friend. This is something you can easily try at home to see if it works for you. Imagine starting your day feeling refreshed, knowing you've done something good for your body to keep those cramps at bay. That's what this routine is all about, small, doable steps that add up to big results. Here's how it works. First thing in the morning, before you dive into your coffee or breakfast, pour yourself a glass of warm water and squeeze in a bit of fresh lemon juice. This is a great way to kickstart your hydration, and the lemon adds a touch of vitamin C to support your overall health. It's like giving your body a gentle wake-up call. Then for breakfast, treat yourself to some avocado toast. Grab a ripe avocado, mash it with a fork, and spread it on a slice of whole grain toast. Add a pinch of salt and pepper, or maybe some sliced cherry tomatoes for a burst of flavor. Avocados are packed with potassium and magnesium, which your muscles need to stay relaxed and cramp-free. If you're watching your calories, just use half an avocado. It's still plenty to get those nutrients in. Come afternoon, when you're feeling that midday slump, maybe around 3 p.m., skip the cookies or chips and go for a small bowl of yogurt topped with a handful of pumpkin seeds. Yogurt is great for your gut, and those pumpkin seeds are a magnesium powerhouse, helping your muscles stay calm. You can find pre-shelled pumpkin seeds at most grocery stores, which makes it super convenient. Or if you're in the mood for something homemade, try roasting your own. Just toss the seeds with a little olive oil and a sprinkle of salt, then bake them at 350 degrees for about 10 minutes until they're golden and crunchy. If yogurt isn't your favorite, you could swap it for cottage cheese or even a dairy-free option if you're lactose intolerant. The key is to pair something creamy with those nutrient-rich seeds. Finally, before you head to bed, have a small serving of sautéed spinach. It's so easy to make. Take a bunch of fresh spinach, rinse it well, and toss it into a pan with a tablespoon of olive oil and a couple of minced garlic cloves. Cook it over medium heat for just 2 to 3 minutes until it wilts but still looks vibrant. Season it with a pinch of salt, and if you're feeling fancy, add a squeeze of lemon for extra zing. Spinach is loaded with magnesium and calcium, both of which are crucial for keeping muscle cramps at bay. If spinach isn't your thing, you can try other leafy greens like kale, Swiss chard, or even broccoli. Just make sure to cook them, as that makes the nutrients easier for your body to absorb. And here's the finishing touch. Before you slip into bed, spend a few minutes doing some light stretching. Simple moves like gently touching your toes, stretching your calves, or doing a seated leg extension can help relax your muscles and set you up for a peaceful night. That's it. 3 straightforward steps to weave into your day. I know it might sound like a bit of a change, but trust me, once you get the hang of it, it becomes second nature, and you can tweak it to suit your tastes. Don't like avocado toast? Try slicing avocado into a salad. Not a fan of yogurt? Mix pumpkin seeds into a smoothie. The goal is to get these cramp-fighting foods into your diet in a way that feels good for you. I encourage you to give this routine a try for at least 7 days. Grab a small notebook or even a piece of paper and keep it by your bed. Each morning, jot down whether you had any cramps the night before or if you slept through without a hitch. You might be amazed at what you notice after just a week. Let me share what happened with Mary when she followed this routine. After just 10 days, she started to see a difference. Before, she was waking up almost every night with a sharp pain in her calf or thigh, but now those cramps were only happening once or twice a week. By day 14, something incredible happened. She slept a full 8 hours without a single cramp. For the first time in months, she woke up feeling rested and ready for the day. And here's what really warmed her heart. She felt good enough to go on a morning walk with her granddaughter. They strolled through the park, chatting and laughing, and Mary didn't have to stop once because of leg pain. It was a small moment, but for her, it was everything. She could finally enjoy her family time without that constant worry about her legs giving out. Mary also noticed she had more energy during the day. Without those sleepless nights dragging her down, she could spend more time doing what she loved, tending to her garden, reading her favorite books, and even volunteering at her local library, something she'd had to pause because of her cramps. It's incredible how these small changes can open up your world again. And don't forget, Mary didn't just add these foods to her diet. She also fixed those mistakes we talked about, like cutting out coffee after 2 p.m., talking to her doctor about her medications to add a magnesium supplement, and adding a pinch of salt to her water when she was drinking a lot. It all worked together to make a huge difference. Imagine waking up feeling refreshed, without that nagging pain in your legs. Picture yourself enjoying a peaceful night's sleep, knowing you've done everything you can to prevent those cramps. That's what Mary experienced, and it's what you can experience too, by making these simple changes. It's not about overhauling your entire life. It's about making small, sustainable adjustments that add up over time. Plus, these foods aren't just good for preventing cramps. They're packed with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that support your heart, bones, and immune system. So now it's your turn. I'd love to hear from you. Which of these tips surprised you the most? Was it realizing that coffee might be messing with your muscles, or maybe learning that your medications could be part of the problem? Have you ever thought about how your water intake might be affecting your cramps? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Maybe you've tried some of these foods before, but didn't see results because of one of those mistakes. Or perhaps you're excited to try Mary's routine and want to share your progress. Your stories can inspire others who are dealing with the same challenges, and we read every single comment. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps us reach more people who could benefit from these tips. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more practical wellness advice tailored for seniors like you. We've got videos on everything from improving your sleep to boosting your energy, and we're here to help you live your best life. Oh, and one more thing, stay tuned for our next video where we'll dive into why nighttime cramps can get worse after 70 and how something as simple as changing your sleep position can make a big difference. It's a topic a lot of you have asked about, and we can't wait to share what we've learned. Thanks so much for watching. Remember, it's never too late to make changes that can improve your health and happiness. Here's to sleeping soundly and living your best life at any age.